Good morning. It's the glamorous life of rescuing furniture. This piece was rescued yesterday and it is covered with stickers and gunk and oil, and I will post photos and a video on our YouTube, The Other Side Vintage, and my name is Zan, by the way, theothersidevintage.com. Comment below, but I just want to show you that people always think it's so glamorous. Like, oh, it must be so much fun, and it is fun, but here's the truth. I'm going to be using, because this is still not going in my house yet, I'm going to be using White Lightning to clean this by Dixie Ball. But in the first point, just to get the gunk off, I'm using Dawn and a scrubby soap sponge. It comes with your scrubby soap that we sell at The Other Side Vintage. And don't freak out. It literally has to be hosed down because it was on a junk pile. It's covered in garbage and grossness, but it's real wood, so it can handle being hosed down. So here I go, and I'll show you the after later. Please make sure if you're doing this that your piece is truly all wood, including the back piece. Sometimes even vintage pieces use a piece of cheap veneer on the back, and if you do this, it'll bow up from the moisture. So you do not want to do this if it's not all truly wood. Luckily, this piece is great quality vintage, made out of wood, solid wood. So sometimes you just gotta put the hose to it. I'm going to add a little bit more. And again, I'll be using White Lightning after this. It's just that it's so bad that I really wanted just to use Dawn and my scrubby soap scrubber to get that base coat off. And because I'm outside. It's so nice out today in Tallahassee. around. That way you can make sure you don't miss anything. I'm gonna add a little bit more Dawn. Again, I'm just showing you this because you guys see me priming and painting, but you don't see me doing the actual cleaning sometimes. Alright, so you see, that's just the first time. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go back over it with Dawn. I'm going to let it completely dry. And then I still have, and you won't be able to see, there's still some stickers on there on that level that aren't coming off just with the scrubby. So I'm going to be using a razor blade tool to scrape it off. On the other side that you can't see, there's some caulk and gum that loosened up from the Dawn, but I'm going to have to scrape that off with a razor blade. And then I'll go around each one of those little spindles with this in between and really work them. Again, this was just the first like dousing. And then eventually I'll use White Lightning Cleaner by Dixie Belle. That'll help really get anything left and get it a really good cleaning. Get that nicotine off there that keeps coming back up. And then it'll be time for the fun part of the rescue of deciding what color, what style, transfer or not transfer, glaze or wax, all kinds of neat decisions to make and see where this little piece will be rescued. It's a hutch, but it has the bottom leg, so it's a hutch that would go on top of a desk, but it's also self-sustainable as a little bookshelf because the legs at the bottom totally hold this up. So, neat piece. It was just on a pile, a huge pile. I have other pieces of furniture from that same pile. This has a little crack on the side in the wood. It's not perfect, but it definitely is vintage and real wood and not meant to go to the dump. It's meant to be rescued and saved and loved by someone new. So just like rescuing animals, which we do, we're rescuing this piece of furniture, and I'm excited. I love it. So yeah, by the time you buy a piece of furniture from us, sometimes it has been hosed down, washed several times, dried for days, and recreated. So we've put a lot of time and energy. I know every little nook and cranny in a piece, And when it finds a new home, I feel like I've saved it and found it a new life for years to come. So I love that. And sometimes when people decide it's time to switch up their decor, or for whatever reason they're done with that piece, sometimes they'll even sell the piece back to us and we'll recreate it again and sell it again. So we're saving a piece, rescuing it, recycling, and it's actually really fun. Even though getting out here and spraying it down is not glamorous, it's part of the part that I don't normally show, because people are like, ooh, that's what it looked like before, I don't want that. But if you see it afterwards, you would never know that it started out its life in pretty rough shape, literally on the top of a pile of trash headed to the dumpster, headed to the dump. So it's fun. This is what I like to do.